Hey y'all, welcome back. Today we're checking out why do American movies get British dubs?
This is a scene from Shrek 2, where the king, voiced by John Cleese, goes to consult the ugly stepsister Doris, voiced by US TV host Larry King.
Who's the guy?
Except, in the UK, that's not Larry King. That's British TV host Jonathan Ross.
Frankly, he don't like to be disturbed.
But why is he here? And why were a bunch of other US movie characters redubbed when they came to the UK?
First of all, I didn't know Larry King did that voice. Second of all, I don't know who that British guy is. Third of all, I love that they cast a man to play this bartending woman. Why do they get British dubs? You don't want me talking to your children?
When we think of dubs, we often think of something translated from other languages.
Hey, who's he?
Right.
I don't know.
But sometimes we get the same language redubbed. For example, taking American voiceovers and replacing them with British ones.
Paw Patrol ready for Action Rider.
That sounds
sir.
right. Yeah?
Paw Patrol ready for Action Rider, sir.
This is usually to cater it to a different audience. British parents don't like to hear American voices in their children's preschool shows in case they grow up to become rootin' cowboys. Likewise, sometimes
We're coming for your children.
British productions get a full redub to appeal to an American audience.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. What an unforeseeable accident.
Man, would you look at that? What an unforeseeable accident.
So the British version was, dear oh dear, what a horrible accident. And the American version was, oh man, would you look at that? What a horrible accident. Yeah, I guess the word choice is totally different. It would be strange to have an American character say, dear oh dear. I don't think the American kid would say unforeseeable. He would say, man, oh man, would you look at that? Our f***ing shit's fucked up.
Foreseeable accident.
Man, would you look at that? What an unforeseeable accident.
Even some Ghibli films, despite having English dubs, got dubbed again by Disney to add more famous names to the cast. Because they could.
Really?
This is sometimes down to localization.
Hang on. I'm sorry to stop it again. What? Let's see who's on this. Dakota Fanning, Elle Fanning, Tim Daly, James Vanderbeek, Anna Paquin, Debbie Dayberry, Cloris Leachman, Mark Hamill, Kirsten Dunst, Phil Hartman, Tress MacNeille, Janine Garofalo, Matthew Lawrence, Brad Garrett, Kath Soucie, Jeff Bennett, Debbie Reynolds. Wow. My mind is blown.
This is sometimes down to localization. Doing a straight translation of any language without careful rewording might have some strange results.
It might be handy if you, the master of unlocking, take it with you.
Yeah, there's a lot of those old Nintendo games from like the 80s have a lot of typos or translation mess ups. But I like that. I think it makes it more endearing somehow. It kind of makes it seem like that world of the video game is also extra odd, weird, bizarre.
Sorry to do this, but this is a trigger warning. The next section is going to discuss a specific ableist slur, normally targeted at disabled people. If you want to skip this section completely, jump to the timecode below. Sometimes a term that's offensive in one country could be very offensive in another.
It has a starfish on the fanny?
Yeah, fanny in Britain means vagina.
For example, this word. Well, I'm not going to say it,
Oh.
but Weird Al Yankovic did. In the US, it's generally regarded as harmless, simply to mean erratic or clumsy. But in the UK, it's a slur for disabled people, particularly those with cerebral palsy. Popularized in the 1980s thanks to a few well-intended but naive...
Can I just say something real quick about this particular actor? RJ, I think his name is. RJ Mai? A friend of mine does a lot of work with the less abled. What is it? I don't know the correct term. And RJ is an amazing person, apparently. He has a heart of gold and friendly and very kind. I just want to put that out there. RJ, if you're watching, good work doing humanity.
Popularized in the 1980s thanks to a few well-intended but naive episodes of the long-running UK kid show Blue Peter. The 1981 TV appearances of the author Joey Deacon intended...
Wow. The Brits have a children's show called Blue Peter, but they don't want American accents.
The 1981 TV appearances of the author Joey Deacon, intended to normalize cerebral palsy and inspire, instead partially resulted in the school playground transforming the word into one of the most offensive words banned from TV or radio without strict contextualization.
Children are cruel,
Joey
y'all.
Deacon died that same year with even his own name turned into an ableist slur for many years. Nowadays, the S word
Children
is
are
seen as
mean.
kind of archaic, but the Americans have no idea it remains so offensive here and often get caught out when shipping it abroad. It's appeared in Friends and Rugrats and even Mario Party, which just leads to re-edits, replacements, or redubs.
Peace. Later, Captain Spaz.
Later, Captain Stupid.
Weird Al has always made it a point to
okay.
never swear in any of his songs, so he was naturally just as shocked to learn the offence it caused, even if it was just to one country. In fact, when I saw him perform live in 2015, you know, when we used to be able to go out and socialise? Ah, the good old days. He just stopped the song before it reached that part. So, localization is very important.
Smart. Yo, Weird Al Yankovic, another person who has a heart of gold. He's a wonderful guy. I've never met him, but that's what I hear on the streets. The streets of L.A., Weird Al Yankovic has an excellent reputation. Doing humanity right, Weird Al. Gets me your next project.
Another example of transatlantic localization is Train Spotting, because for the US, it had parts redubbed to help make, well, this
Whatever you say, man. Sorry, you're the man, the dude in the chair.
a bit clearer for
What?
everyone. And only for the first 20 minutes, because, well, if you're not into it by that point, you probably won't like the rest, redubbed or not. A similar situation
really?
could apply to the video computer game
Hang on.
Destiny.
I want to see what he said with the captions on.
Well, this
Whatever you say, man. Sorry, you're the man, the dude.
Well, this, whatever you shame on Charlie, you're the man, the dude.
In the chair.
In the chair. Okay, whatever, you're the man, the dude in the chair. The chair. You're the man, the dude in the chair.
A similar situation could apply to the video computer game Destiny, with the video computer game character Ghost. Originally voiced by Peter Dinklage, his performance was what some would call bad.
This is fallen territory. We aren't safe here. I have to get you to the city.
People said he sounded bored, and this is your companion for the game, so it's a lot to put up with. They tried to spruce it up with some roboty effects, but in the end they just recast him with Nolan North.
This is fallen territory. We aren't safe here. I have to get you to the city.
Wow, isn't that interesting? The Peter Dinklage version sounded like he was reading, but this version sounded like there was some emotion behind it. He had a point of view.
Bungie say it was because Peter Dinklage's schedule meant he couldn't record new lines, and if that's the case, then perhaps it's a fortuitous win-win. Maybe it was destiny, But that's an example of a same-language redub to help solve a problem, like Jim Cummins singing parts of Be Prepared because Jeremy Irons couldn't. In Pirates in an Adventure with Scientists, which
Jeremy developed vocal problems while he was recording that number for The Lion King, veteran voice actor Jim Cummings explained. So the producers asked me to come in and replace Mr. Irons. Sing the last third of Be Prepared in his place. Jeremy Irons can't sing those high notes.
in Pirates in an Adventure with Scientists, which also saw a couple of cast members recast for the US, early trailers showed this scene on a leper boat.
Afraid we don't have any gold, old man. This is a leper boat.
This was understandably met with outcry from leprosy groups,
Oh,
pointing
no.
out that this being yet another example of an age-old stereotyping of leprosy.
Oh, I laughed at it too. Sorry.
So, the scene got completely redubbed.
This is a plague boat, old man. I'd give my right arm for some gold.
But what about that scene from Shrek
okay.
2?
Yeah, that works.
in.
I mean, sure, Larry King isn't exactly a voice actor,
I'm just a hedgehog. No one cares about me.
but this redub isn't fixing anything broken. In 1999, British TV host Andy Peters made a documentary called Andy Meets Toy Story. Footage is hard to find, but during this, he was offered to voice a character in Toy Story 2.
It's one
line?
One line.
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah, absolutely.
Hold it! There's a couple more bags coming from the terminal. Hold it! There's a couple more bags coming from the terminal.
This isn't exclusive to the UK version of the
Okay.
film, but it started a trend.
It is such an honor to be your agent that it almost hurts me to take 10% of your winnings.
It is such an honor to be your agent. It almost hurts me to take 10% of your winnings.
So
long, son. Good luck with your dastardly plans.
So long, son. Good luck with your dastardly plans.
The real story should be who's coming in second.
The real story should be who's coming in second.
Like Andy Peters, in many cases, these aren't UK actors stepping into the roles, they're TV personalities, like Jamie Oliver.
I can drop by. Let's see. First opening is 3 months.
It must happen now.
First opening is 3 months.
It must happen now.
They're not there to improve any performance, as demonstrated by Kate Thornton.
Everyone who's anyone has turned out to honor Princess Fiona and Prince Shrek, and oh my, the outfits look gorgeous.
Everyone who's anyone has turned out to honor Princess Fiona and Prince Shrek, and oh my, the outfits look gorgeous.
That is weird. So I guess it's like a marketing thing?
And for a while at least, it wasn't purely for promotional purposes, as, unlike Andy Peters, it wasn't part of some TV show at the time. They were reached out to be UK counterparts for a bit of fun. And probably some promotion too.
Good morning, Southside Reef. I'm Katie Current, keeping it current.
Good morning, Southside Reef. I'm Katie Current, keeping it current.
I'm in a Disney film. I'm a moose.
Sometimes even Australia got the same treatment.
No one knows what it is or where it came from.
No one knows what it is or where it came from.
Instead of a localized script, it was a localized appeal. Arguably started by films like Aladdin and, of course, Shrek, animated movies more and more used its star appeal as a marketing tool. So with this emphasis on national specificity, audiences would spot familiar voices, often in a movie already full of familiar voices, but for the Brits, these were our familiar voices. We can point to the screen and go, oh look, it's them from The Thing.
It's them from The Thing.
For a while, this was kept to British TV personalities, but eventually it became YouTubers.
Sir, we've picked up a slight irregularity in the magnetic containment field.
Huh.
Sir, we've picked up a slight irregularity in the magnetic containment field.
Huh.
While these were perfectly fine performances for relatively tiny roles, a cynical view would see this as drifting away from the UK equivalent for fun angle and more like using influencer appeal for promotional purposes. Not saying these are bad. It's just free publicity.
It's marketing.
Personally, I was conflicted on these UK alternative versions because it felt like a corruption of the supposed true version. But for many British people, this was their true version, and hearing the original American voices is wrong and weird to them. I call this a trend because while Shrek started it and Disney/Pixar embraced it, ever since Ralph Breaks the Internet in 2018...
You got it, Jackson!
You got it, governor!
There hasn't been a movie that has done the localized cameo role thing since. I've been so conditioned to this that when I heard the British TV host Graham Norton in Oh Look It's So,
And best of all, bongos.
I was convinced this was another UK alternate version, but no, he's there, reminding us that he can still be an actor too.
Kids!
So maybe UK voices needlessly replacing US voices are a thing of the past now. Great!
I doubt
now I
it.
can finally talk in my normal accent.
Core blimey, governor. You want to go back to McGav to get a chip buddy and a cheeky Nando's? Nah, mate. Not with those shoes, you wanker. That's so hard.
Wait, does this mean I could be an animated voice? Y'all, I want to do some freaking voiceover. Any animation producers out there, you could have this. I don't know what kind of character I would play. Maybe like somebody on beta blockers or a librarian. Although there's probably plenty of samples of my voice on YouTube where you could just do an AI version of it. Wow, this is the first video that I've ever seen of Eddache, and I liked it. Good work, Eddache. Look at all the patrons he has. Way to go, Eddache. I'd like to say thank you to my patrons. They're just a handful, but I appreciate you. Thank you. Well, thank y'all for watching this with me, and I'll see you next time. Later.